1000 കോഴിക്ക് അര കാട മതി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ 1000 സംഖ്യകൾക്ക് അര പ്രേമചന്ദ്രൻ മതി. വനിതാ സംവരണ ബില്ല് എന്ന നാട്യത്തിൽ മോദിക്കൂട്ടം കൊണ്ടുവന്ന ഡീലിമിറ്റേഷൻ ബില്ലിന്മേൽ കൊല്ലം MP N.K പ്രേമചന്ദ്രൻ പ്രസംഗിക്കുന്നത് കേൾക്കേണ്ടത് തന്നെയാണ്. അദ്ദേഹത്തെ പോലെയുള്ള ആളുകൾ ഇന്ത്യൻ പാർലമെന്റിൽ 100% അത്യാവശ്യമാണ്. റിക്കാർഡ് മാർക്കോടെ 1ാം റാങ്കോടെ LLB പാസ്സായ ആളാണ് അദ്ദേഹം. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ പ്രസംഗത്തിലെ കഴമ്പ് മാത്രമല്ല, ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലുള്ള പ്രാവീണ്യവും അതിശയിപ്പിക്കുന്നതാണ്. മോദിയും കൂട്ടരും കൊണ്ടുവന്ന സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻ സ്റ്റേറ്റുകളുടെ പ്രാധാന്യം ഇല്ലാതാക്കാനുള്ള ഡീലിമിറ്റേഷൻ ബില്ലിനെ എതിർത്തുകൊണ്ട് ഭരണഘടന ഉദ്ധരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് വളരെ ഫ്ലുവൻ്റായ ഭാഷയിൽ അദ്ദേഹം സംസാരിച്ചത് അക്ഷരാർത്ഥത്തിൽ സംഘിക്കൂട്ടങ്ങളുടെ നടുവൊടിച്ചു എന്ന് തന്നെ പറയേണ്ടി വരും. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ഈ പ്രസംഗം മുഴുവനായി കേൾക്കാൻ മറക്കല്ലേ. ഇതുവരെ ഈ ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാത്തവർ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്ത് പിന്തുണയ്ക്കണമെന്ന് അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുകയാണ്.
Madam Chairperson, we fully support the women reservation, but strongly oppose the proposed delimitation bill. We, the opposition led by the Congress, is always for the women reservation. Even from 1996 also, I have witnessed so many times in Lok Sabha, in which this bill is presented by due to so many reasons it could not be passed. Once, even during the time of the Congress, once it was passed in Rajya Sabha, unfortunately it could not get through in the Lok Sabha because of the so many political reasons. So if you examine the previous history, as rightly Priyanka ji has told today, the historic background of the women reservation in 73rd and 74th Constitution Amendment Bill, the first time in the parliamentary history of India or the legislative history of India, the first time women reservation is being constitutionally guaranteed during the time of Congress government led by Sri Narasimha Rao ji, that is the Congress government. So it is the heart and soul of the entire opposition is for the women's reservation, but we are opposing the bill, the present bill. Why? What is the reason? Because in a way, the behest of this, or on the guise of this women reservation, now the government is coming with a delimitation proposals. Thereby, they want to have an ulterior political motive to grab the power through the delimitation, and it is being said by so many other honorable members that is gerrymandering, that is by forceful way the power has to be taken into control. Sir, we fully support the reservation, and again I would like to say that the proposed delimitation is totally unscientific, illogical, imbalanced, and the delimitation proposal is resulting in the discrimination of the states who have complied with the National Population Policy Program directed by the government. They are being punished by way of these bills. That is the main objection which I would like to make. Madam Chairperson, you may be remembering that in 2023, the entire opposition, except 2 members from the opposition, all the members have unanimously supported, or wholehearted support was extended for passing the 106th Constitution Amendment. Thereby 33% of reservation is provided to the women in the parliament, in the Lok Sabha as well as in the state legislative assemblies. So the intent of the opposition cannot be questioned by the Honorable Prime Minister and the Home Minister and from the Treasury benches. It cannot be questioned and challenged. It is the women fancy, and it is the political vision and the political will of the opposition that the women reservation should be protected and should be implemented. There is no doubt about it. That is our strong assurance which we are providing to the government. Madam Chairperson, now coming to the basic point, the government is systematically dismantling the stable arrangement for raising the strength of the House of the People and also readjusting the constituencies provided in Article 81 and Article 82 of the Constitution. Madam, Article 81 and 82 are the 2 important provisions by which raising of the strength of the House of the People as well as the readjustment of the constituencies are provided in these 2 provisions. Tejaswini Surya, my honorable learned friend, and the Honorable Home Minister and even the Prime Minister today assuring the House that we are going to increase the number of seats by 50% to every state, and proportionate increase in the state, every state will happen, and thereby no harm, no loss, no reduction of seats will come as far as the South Indian states are concerned. I would like to ask to the Honorable Prime Minister, Home Minister, and in Sajaswini in particular, under what provision by which provision this power is derived, please inform the House. The Honorable Home Minister is today saying that I will categorically say, just like teaching the LG students tomorrow. Why he is not able to reply today? We have specified because he has replied to almost all the points which we have raised today. But unfortunately, the Honorable Home Minister is not able to respond to the question which we have raised. And he is saying that as teaching to the kindergarten students, I will teach it or I will make it clear tomorrow. That means, as far as the government is concerned, there is no logical explanation as far as the 50% increase of the seat. If it is there, let the House convince or let the House be informed. Madam Chairperson, they are all saying that Kerala, for example, from where I am coming, that Kerala is having present 20 seats, that will be increased to 30 seats when there is an increase of 50%. And as far as UP is concerned, it will be going to 80 to 120. But unfortunately, there is no provision. See, 81.2, I know that the limit of the time, 81.2a, in which Tejaswi Surya was referring to it. What is 81.2a? That for the purpose of subsection A of clause 1, that is regarding the strength has to be increased for increasing the strength of the House of the People. There shall be allotted to each state a number of seats in the House of the People in such manner that the ratio between the number and the population of the state is, so far as practicable, the same for all states. That means it should be, the number should be in proportion to the population. That is 1:1 million. That was the 1971 census. As per the 1971 census, it was one member of parliament for 1 million people. That should be equal for all the states. That doesn't mean the increase will be equally there. That doesn't mean, that is why the argument made by Sri Tejaswi Surya will not hold good, as it is totally against the legal principles. That is why I would like to reiterate Article 81.2a as well as 81.2ab. What is the purpose and intent of Article 81.1a? Article 81, Clause 2, Subclause A and B. The basic intent of is it to achieve the goal of 1 person, 1 vote, 1 value. That is 1:1 million. That means everybody, all the constituencies will be having more or less same population, same number of members of parliament. Thereby, the value of the vote will be equal in almost all the states. That doesn't mean the reciprocal. That doesn't mean this. What you said, that the proportionate increase of the seats will be there by virtue of this bill. That is totally wrong. That I would like to reiterate once again. And madam, I would like to know from the honorable government and the Minister, under what census you are going to have the delimitation? This is by way of the 2011 census. It is very clear 2011 census is the latest census as per the proposed delimitation act which is being brought in the House, because now it is, instead of that, the latest census is being provided. So as per the latest census, it will be 2011 census. So 2011 census means definitely the delimitation commission cannot go on beyond the law. As per the law, 2011 census is the base year of census, and the delimitation commission cannot go beyond the statute, beyond the law. So therefore, the South Indian states will definitely be adversely affected by way of this amendment. So we are strongly opposing it. And further, madam, I would like to, very important point. With that point, I will conclude it. That is regarding 81 clause 3 of the bill. See, by virtue of 81 clause 3 of the bill, 81 clause 3 of the bill is very clear that is what is meant by population. Yes, madam, I am concluding. What is meant by population? Population means population as ascertained as the last preceding census. Now the government proposed to amend this provision. The latest census, that is the latest census, means that definitely that means 2011 census. And further, madam, and also this, after each and every census, delimitation has to be done. If this amendment is passed, then there is no mandatory provision for having a delimitation also. Therefore, it is the constitutional mandatory obligation to see that the census for the population for determining, or the criteria for determining the population will be the census which is mentioned the last preceding census. Now it is going to be shifted in another way. That is, the parliament is giving the power, means the executive will be getting the power. With a simple majority they can amend the constitution. So therefore I am strongly opposing it on the constitutional grounds. It is not valid. Therefore I urge upon the government to withdraw the bill. It cannot be passed. With these words I conclude. Thank you very much, Madam Chairman.